Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Thinking Crypto channel, where we cover the crypto news and we interview many of the folks who are building and investing in the crypto asset class. Please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Guys, let's jump into some XRP news. So, Ripple chief says payments firm doubling down on XRP after crypto asset hits $2 billion cross-border milestone. So these comments come during the Swell, the Ripple Swell initiative, currently being done virtually versus in person due to the pandemic. So let me give you the details. In a live stream event during Ripple Swell 2020, Brad Garlinghouse offered a number of updates on Ripple's cross-border payments network and its XRP-powered on-demand liquidity ODL platform. Garlinghouse says XRP and ODL are crucial to Ripple's global expansion and its long-term success. Here's a quote. In the 3 years that RippleNet has been live, we've done over 2 million transactions with a nominal value of over $7 billion. We have hundreds of customers. We're seeing the greatest traction across Asia. So this is very telling, guys. And you may be wondering, well, okay, we're seeing these transactions. Brad is saying this is happening, but where is the value attached to the price, right? Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg. What's happening, and notice he gave the clue there, it's happening across Asia. Unfortunately, in the United States, it is not happening, which is the largest capital market. And that money is not moving between the US and Asia. It's happening in the Asian markets themselves. So therein lies the problem. And it goes back to our topic that we've been talking about forever, and also what we see Chris Larsen, David Schwartz, and Brad Garlinghouse talking about, and that is regulatory clarity, regulatory framework. The banks here in the United States are not going to touch XRP because there's no clarity. It runs a risk, right? They're not going to touch it. Now, there's clarity in many of the Asian countries like Singapore and Thailand and so forth. So they're doing their thing there. But I think at this point, we have to wait for the clarity here for things to open up and to really see the impact on the price of XRP. So he continues, now it's also clear our customers are increasingly interested in emerging markets. This includes Latin America, Africa, and Asia Pacific. I also think we all can agree some of these regions were largely abandoned by traditional correspondent banking over the last decade. So they're also going into the untapped markets and setting up shop there, which is smart. And, as far as expanding globally, he also mentions it is also clear to me that XRP is the key behind RippleNet. Its speed, its scalability, and its low cost per transaction make it perfect for instant settlement and exchange of value. It was built for payments. It has real utility, and that's why it works. Using XRP, we launched on-demand liquidity about 2 years ago. Now, if you look at RippleNet as a whole, about 20% of all transactions on RippleNet are using XRP or ODL, and they have a nominal value of about $2 billion. And he continues talking about, a Zismo and kind of giving a use case, or I should say a case study of how these clients have been yet leveraging it. But like I said, guys, I don't think anything's going to happen as far as the price and seeing significant volume until we have that regulatory clarity in the United States, which is why Ripple just recently, Chris Larsen made the threat that Ripple would look to leave the United States and move its headquarters maybe to somewhere in Asia where there's regulatory clarity. So that's the situation we find ourselves in. I'm still very bullish on XRP because I do see things in motion. When you have members of Congress and just folks within the government that are backing you, coming out and saying XRP is not a security, you got the OCC, Brian Brooks, and all these guys are behind you. I think things will eventually come along, and the regulations we need will come along. So, Ripple is really disrupting a major market, and a lot of the banks and the traditional players they don't like that, as you can imagine, right? And then when you think about the politics and the money, the lobbying that takes place, which the crypto companies are trying to do, but certainly the banks, the traditional banks, are trying to do that as well to stop things like this. But the inevitable, guys, this technology cannot be stopped, and things are going to move forward. And that's why you see China and other countries are trying to move as fast as they can. So just to be clear, I'm bullish on XRP, but as I've stated before, we got to be patient and we got to wait for the regulatory clarity. Now, like I said, things are progressing slowly but surely. Here's a big green light. Who is Ripple working with? The IMF. Right? I've shared it many times. Brad Garlinghouse sharing the stage with Ross Lacow of the IMF. He's meeting with Christine Lagarde when she was at the IMF and the other respective folks. Here's Ross Lacow as well. So there's a big connection there. Well, guys, Fed Chairman Powell is to speak about digital currencies next week at the IMF. So you got the Federal Reserve is on board with doing the digital dollar and going digital here. And look at what they're going to be talking about, or what he's going to be talking about in respect to digital currencies. The future of cross-border payments. Who is trying to disrupt the cross-border payments market? Just Ripple, right? As I just stated here. So I think you see the connections there. You see the similarities. You see the topics align. And remember, back in 2017, the Federal Reserve Task Force gave an endorsement to Ripple, saying Ripple improves speed and transparency of global payments. This is back in 2017, guys. So no surprise here. Ripple's been working with central banks around the globe. So this doesn't surprise me, but it just further validates what we've been talking about forever, it seems like. But we need that regulatory clarity. We need the SEC to come out and say, hey, XRP is not a security, the same way they did for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then the capital sitting on the sidelines, the companies, the banks that want to participate can participate. But until that green light is given, ain't nothing happening here in the United States, right? And that is why, once again, Ripple has made the threat that they're going to leave. But I think that's just some posturing, just to put some pressure on these folks. So I think things will pan out. We just got to be patient. Now, guys, you all know I hold Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. I diversify. I believe there's different use cases, different tokens, and there's going to be multiple winners. Well, Bakkt, which is the powerhouse, right, powered by the Intercontinental Exchange, they had a record-breaking month, I should say. So here's how the headline reads. Record high Bakkt Bitcoin delivery exposes institutional frenzy for Bitcoin. Bakkt recorded an all-time high Bitcoin delivery in October, demonstrating a clear spike in institutional demand for Bitcoin. That's what we want to hear as investors, right? Because we are the early adopters. We got in, before us, a lot of these institutional players were coming in. And I know some of you are new to the market, but the point is you're on the side of smart money. You're buying in the lows and we're going to sell in the highs. You're buying before the other 99% of people start trying to getting into this asset class. So data from Arcane Research shows Bakkt Bitcoin Exchange saw another record high month from September 20th through October 20th. This follows a noticeable rise in institutional demand for Bitcoin from public companies in the recent months. So, of course, MicroStrategy, Square, Tahini Restaurants, and Snappa, and some of the companies I just mentioned are the ones who put their cash reserves into Bitcoin. So Bakkt, the digital asset payment platform and derivatives exchange, is tailored for institutional investors in the U.S. It is operated by the Intercontinental Exchange, the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange. When the volume of the Bakkt Bitcoin futures market increases, which physically settles Bitcoin contracts, it typically demonstrates growth in institutional appetite for digital assets. So really great. Now, they also mentioned the CME and LMAX Digital. They're all, collectively, their volumes show the institutional Bitcoin market is growing rapidly. And we also have seen from Grayscale, they're getting record-breaking months, guys. A lot of money coming in. So great sign. This is what you want to see as an investor, progress being made. yes, I know everybody's anxious about the price. I'm like, okay, we want to make money. It's going to come. There's a process to this, right? And the money has to come in. I've talked about the mass marketing that will eventually go out, and all these companies, the Fidelities, the Bakkts, they're going to start marketing the hell out of this asset class. And you're going to see a lot more people coming in. And, once we get more clarity in the United States too, that's going to open up just so many more avenues and investment opportunities. So I'm excited for the future of the market. Personally, I'm just sitting back and accumulating in the dips where I can, and just waiting. I'm not even like checking the prices on a weekly basis anymore. Don't get me wrong. From time to time, I'll check it, but it's not, oh my God, did the price of Bitcoin jump $500? It's like, okay, I'm waiting through the market cycles. I'm looking at the stock to flow model, macro level, right? So I'm expecting some higher prices next year. We'll see how high we get. Have your cash out plan ready and be patient, guys. So guys, what do you think about this? Leave your thoughts and comments below. And hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and I'll talk to you all later.